can you keep a secret? You know, keep this to yourself. But JP and I have come up with this whiz-bang idea. Don't want anybody knowing. Well, they all know now, obviously, but this is it. Ta-da! JP made me an adapter. So instead of having this piece on, all this does is transfer the oil from the pump, goes up here through the shaft. But it also gives an advantage of accessing the oil to put it through an oil cooler. Well, I didn't want an oil cooler because we live in Canada and it's bloody cold anyway, so it doesn't really matter about that. But we came up with this idea of tapping into the side of the block and putting a filter, because I was curious to see how this would work. And I bought, where is it now? I'll put it down somewhere. Here. I bought this little thing here, a little temperature gauge, and in the box there's actually a sender. That was like $15, it wasn't much. And the filter was like, I think it was 20 bucks, because it's aluminium. But what I wanted to do, what I want to do and what I actually end up doing is two different things. But I had an idea about fitting the pipes, running it all the way up to the bulkhead so that you can actually see the condition of the oil when your engine's running. Is it burnt black, for example? I don't know. Like I say, I'm not going to make these, but it was just a test. Now I know that you can buy a block like this from Land Rover with a temperature sender in, but you don't really need much. All you have to do is drill out that little ball there and drill and tap it to, what was it, M10, and put a sender in. Does it work? Well, of course it works. I made it. It leaks a bit because the hose clips aren't correct, but let me spin it up. I brought my Milwaukee chuck trying to get the thing out, so I've got it on my little drill at the moment, but here we go. You can see bubbles coming out of it. You can hear my battery getting flat, but it does work. My idea originally was to have some sort of a pipe work going all the way up to the bulkhead, so you have a little strainer on the bulkhead. Why did I do it like that? Why? What was my meaning? What was it? Why? Because I was going to rebuild one of my R380s that's behind the Isuzu. It's in good condition, but I thought, oh, what a great idea to take out the original strainer in here and then have an external, so that you can clean it out. Because although these boxes have got a magnet in them for bits of steel and things like this, it doesn't stop any particles. I'm desperately looking around for one. For the forks, have I got one? No, I haven't got one. For the forks or the synchros, you can't see if there's any of those particles in. Now with this idea, you could probably see in the strainer that there's bits of metal in it. But I don't know. Anything external in a gearbox is asking for trouble, really, because you've got pipes and rubbing away and chaffing and things like this, and then you could lose all your oil and you wouldn't know about it. Not unless you made them out of metal, which would be a bit better. I don't know, it was just a daft idea, really. But I'm going to keep that in the back of my mind, but seeing it was on the bench, it was an ideal time to get it going, you know. I'll take it off and swap it over again and put this on the shelf for another 5 years.